Hi everyone, this is Professor Sucheta Gaikwad, and in previous lecture we have started with Module 4 of Green IT, that is Information Systems, Green IT Strategy and Metrics. So in last lecture we have covered course outcome of Green IT, then introduction part, and then the four-layer diagram, that is green enterprises are over and beyond green IT. So who will be the responsible in future also, and who is the responsible for carbon emission or footprint, we can say. So IT as a producer is the main thing which is responsible to carbon emission. Okay, so how to cover that carbon emission or reduction is important. So what are the strategies we have to follow to greening our IT field, which is really very important nowadays, and of course in future it's really very necessary to focus on it. Okay, so approaching green IT strategies, we have covered here five tiers or layers of strategies, with operational, then tactical, then strategic, initial, then strategic, and last one is strategic exploiting. So if there is any doubt, you can ask. Okay, so we'll start with fresh topic, that is business drivers of green IT strategy. So businesses need compelling reason to undertake and implement green IT strategy, right? So businesses drivers of green IT can be grouped into six categories. Okay. So in front of you, there are six categories. First is cost, second is regulatory and legal, third is socio culture and political, fourth is new market opportunities, fifth is enlightened, self interest, which is really very important, and the last point is a responsible business ecosystem. Fine. So we'll start with first category out of six, which is your first category, that is cost. We can say the cost reduction. We have to focus on cost reduction. So cost reductions provide an excellent driver for an organization to come up with a comprehensive green IT strategy, right? So as a result of a green initiative, cost reduction could be derived from minimizing energy consumption. And now what is minimizing energy consumption is just to improving energy efficiency, which is very big thing. Okay, and reducing the use of raw materials and equipment, then recycling equipment and waste, and optimizing storage and inventory. Fine. For example, if we take optimizing a business process can eliminate the need for a desktop machine, but instead there may be need to replace the desktop with mobile device, right? If there is no need of desktop, or we can say any bigger device, okay, yeah, for laptop we can consider, right? Or tablet. If the work is done with your mobile device, the smallest device, then why to go with desktop or laptop, right? So the energy consumption or improving energy efficiency is more important, right? So just go for the mobile. So this is your cost reduction, we can say, right? So this is the common thing which everybody need to understand, that if there is no need to use desktop for some reason, for minor reason, then don't use the desktop, just go to the mobile, right? Use the mobile. Then second point is your regulatory and legal. So in that, government rule and regulations comprise a major driver for many green enterprises transformation programs, right? The relative importance given to the regulatory factor as compared with other factors, such as we can say organization self initiation, then we can say customer demand, or pressure from society, right, are at the highest. That is 70%, we can say, as reported by Anhelkar in 2011. Okay, but I'm not saying that 70% is, the count or percentage. It is reported by Anhelkar in 2011. As you all know, in previous lecture we have discussed who is Anhelkar and what what strategy he is using. Okay, so he have created a report in 2011 and previously in 2008. Okay, so we covered all these things in previous lecture, correct? So regulatory act such as national greenhouse and energy reporting. See, you must know what are the acts of regulatory. So there is some acts like NGER or CPRS, okay, or OSCAR, that is Online System for Comprehensive Activity Reporting, okay, 2011B. So acts are like, suppose 2011A, 2011B is like this, okay. So I'm telling some acts. So the first is your National Greenhouse and Energy Reporting, that is NGER. Uh, if you want to check what is that act or explanation of that act, you can visit this website www.climatechange.gov.au/reporting. Okay, which is you know created by Australian government, and the act name is 2011A. Okay, and then again we can say the another act is Carbon Population Reduction Scheme, that is CPRS. You can go through this website, same website, that is www.climatechange.gov.au, which require organizations to mandatorily report their carbon emission if they are above a certain threshold level. Do you understand? If any country or any company or organization carbon emission is above a certain threshold level, then they have to report. Okay, so regulatory bodies also provide some basic calculators to enable greenhouse gas calculations. If we consider an example, one such calculator is the NGER calculator. Okay, Oscar Online System for Comprehensive Activity Reporting, which is by Australian government. So act name is 2011B. These calculators are used to determine an organization's total carbon emission. Okay, and that can be used to decide whether the organization will require mandatory reporting or not. Okay, so in addition to the basic calculators, Green Information System also source external regulatory data, such as permissible emissions figure, right? And storage, analyze, and we can say broadcast the result that enable an organization to monitor and improve its performance. Okay, so these organization specific green information systems are more sophisticated than the basic calculators provided by the regulatory body. Fine. As per Anhilkar, which is reported in 2009. Fine. So we have covered second point. Now let's move to the third point, that is socio-culture and political. So socio-culture and political, of course, pressure become major driving forces when an organization society recognizes the environment as of significant value and is interested in protecting it, right? So such acceptance of the environment's important and their importance by the society brings pressure on the organization to change, right? So the organization is forced to seriously reconsider the business priorities, and we must say the processes in light of the environment, right? So while is the scale and nature of the benefits of such CSR, for now you say, what is CSR? CSR is corporate social responsibility. Okay, which is for an organization can vary depending on the nature of the enterprise. Are you getting? And these are difficult to quantify. Their importance should not be discounted. Is that clear? So let's move to next point, that is your new market opportunities. Sorry, the enlightened self-interest. Okay, so self-interest comes into play when an organization on its own accord realizes the need to be and the benefits of being environmentally responsible and creates or adopt a green strategy, right? So it may include a range of interests, including the organization's desire to undertake a genuine common good. What I'm saying, a genuine common good, the need of business leadership to achieve personal satisfaction, which is really very important, right? Personal satisfaction is important, or maintain or raise employee morale, or simply the decision makers, right? So these all these things, understanding that cost can be reduced and customers more satisfied with self-interest approach, right? So that they also helps the environment indirectly, right? Or you can say directly. So the desire to achieve brand recognition based around environmental sustainability or an understanding of its impact on business continuity also forms a part of this driver. Okay, as per the Catland in 2005. So this driver can thus translate into self motivation. Okay, this is the motto of this driver, that is self motivation, and has the potential to be an effective green driver for businesses. So a variation of this driver known as incentive driven compliance, okay, that is IDC. So that incorporates innovation and self motivation within its environmental approach for better carbon compliance. Do you get that? Is that clear, everyone? If any doubt, you can ask. Okay. And the last point is your responsible business ecosystem. So, if a large organization that has different associations with it, many collaborating smaller sized organization changes its direction and priorities, then those collaborating organizations also have to change their priorities accordingly, right? Now they have to change their priorities accordingly. If the different association need to collaborate, smaller size organization, with each other, just to change the direction and priorities, then the the whatever collaborating organization will be there, no? So they also have to change their priorities accordingly, they have to change, correct? So when such a large organization embarks on environmentally sustainability programs in a major way, encompassing a supply chain, okay, an entire ecosystem made up of the business partners, then suppliers, and we can say the customers and internal user organizations, together with the industry and the corresponding business in which the organization exists, right? And is affected, of course it will affect, correct? So this is with 6 points. So next slide is business dimensions for green IT transformation. Um, in previous slide, can we discuss something about new market opportunities? If we follow all these six strategies, no? So there may be possible things to or we can say opportunities for new market. Okay. uh, just like global environmental awareness corresponding, and socio-culture and political pressure of business we have discussed and have created opportunities for new markets that did exist or were not even a few years ago. Okay, so for instance, these new markets can create and provide products and services that assist other organizations in achieving their green initiatives and goals. So thus we are talking about not only businesses that are green, but also green as a business offering. Just see what I'm saying. We are seriously not talking about only businesses that are green, but we are also focusing on focusing on green as a business offering. Okay. For example, carbon emissions management software, that is CEMS, is a new breed of software applications that are not sorry that are now available. Okay, so we must say that sorry, the developers of these new software applications have discovered a market that did not exist before, you know. So similarly, smart meters to measure carbon emissions, opportunities to apply a new standard for the optimization of emissions, and we can say architecture and design of low carbon gadgets, you know. Gadgets comprise markets that are likely to grow in the carbon economy, right? So thus in practice these drivers will result in a combination of drivers for the business to initiate green IT, so which is depending on what it considers as its own key environmental and business issue. So in the development of a green IT strategy, not only do these drivers need independent analysis, but also they need to be studied together to see their overall impact on the organization or on the company, we can say, right? Sorry.